Right Angle Sports is one of the most well-respected sports betting groups of the last 20 years. In fact, since 2017, over their last 1,000 releases, they've managed to hit it over a 56% clip in football and basketball. They started posting picks on Twitter, and they even started a Slack channel where they were releasing their moves live for the public at the same exact time. When Right Angle Sports makes a move and releases a play, the market moves as well. We know how important it is to get the best of the number, and by releasing it publicly at the same time, everybody has that chance to do so. We're taking that idea, that concept, and we're bringing it to the big screen, so to speak. Each week here at Bets TV, we will be releasing a Right Angle Sports play to the public at the same time. This is Steam Warning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Right Angle Sports live release show. This is Steam Warning. I am Preston Johnson. Welcome back to the studios here, Bets TV in Southern California. Going to make sure everyone has a few seconds. We'll go minutes. We'll go 2 to 3 minutes for people to load up here in the chat. We're going to release a play in a few. For those that maybe are listening for the first time, we'll break down on how we're going to do this. It's a little bit of a process. We want to make sure that everybody has the same opportunity and ample time to get the play set up and to bet it at the same time. Before the market moves, you'll notice no screen behind us on the monitor. That being said, we're going to bring the screen up once we fire on the play. It'll take up the full screen. I'll talk over it, but Quan, my producer, he set it up. It'll be visible. It won't be so far off in the distance that everyone needs binoculars. We'll see the market move as Right Angle releases this play. I don't know what the plays are yet. They're going to tell me in chat as people start funneling in here. First chat comment, Ed, if this loses, my wife is going to leave me. Story of our lives, everybody. Feel free, by the way, in the meantime, I'm going to give people another minute or two. Everyone's going to degen week 0. What's your favorite play this weekend, week 0? Leave it in the comments. I might agree, I might disagree, but just want to give a little bit of love there. And make sure that the Right Angle stream is good. It is. Sometimes you have to refresh Periscope stream when you're sharing it multiple lengths. This is also up now on our YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, I believe. So we're hitting everywhere. Hopefully this is a W. For those that missed last week, we ran with Kansas State pick against Stanford. That settled in about -2.5 there. So a decent edge. We have some positive expected value for now, at least, with that play in week 1. And I guess it's been about 3 minutes. I'll dive into the process for those that are new. A lot of people have been following Right Angle in their Slack channel regardless. They've done some kind of digital type it out, and you say, this is the play we're setting up, either a cancel or a go after like a countdown. We're doing it now on stream, essentially, and so we're going to give you guys the same setup, the same concept. I'm going to put up a play. They could give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They said max probably 12 fake outs, so Quan has to go home and like eat dinner and be with his loved ones, but we'll just be ready. But we're going to do some fake outs to make sure no one's front running and clicking. There's like a serial clicker out there anyway that's hitting everywhere. Look, we might fake you out 7 times and you're end up on the wrong side 7 times. So we'll find out when it is. We'll set and load each play up. Everyone will have that same chance. We'll count down from 10, and if we say go, that's the play. We'll fire, and I'll give my 2 cents at the end about the play, kind of just on the spot. I have a few notes on every team from talking points I've done shows the last couple of months, but it'll be interesting. Excited to see it. And let's see, anyone, Eagles to win the East. Knuckle puck. That's right, sir. Everything is copacetic, Quan. Eagles to win the East is intriguing. I heard Drew Dinsick say recently, I think we had him in. Someone mentioned something to the tune of, and I know this is a college football release, but the Eagles probably have one of the widest variant results in distribution of results, wins and losses of the season this year. So if you take it that way, taking shots on them to potentially win the division, maybe even a shot on an NFC if you want to go that far, I can't argue against it. It's a strange way to release plays. Well, you're going to find out if you're new that this will move in seconds. People need time to load the play and click submit at the same exact time, or people don't get the best number, and you're laying -2 or 2.5 with Kansas State instead of pick. So that's what we're going to do, and we are ready, Quan, if you want to change up the music. We got some moods going. We got a countdown beeping clock, but we're going to load up the first play. I'm going to go ahead and get it now. from the Right Angle guys. Also, I'm going to pull up a screen here on my end. When we do say go and the play's a go, we're going to bet it. Quan will line up the screen for everyone at Dom Best to go ahead and follow along on the stream. The first one, 301, it's Hawaii UCLA. That's the over 68. We're going to give you guys about 30 seconds to set it up. Don't submit it. Again, this may or may not be the official play. I'm waiting for Right Angle to give me the word. I'll give you guys about 20, 25 more seconds. I am a UCLA fan, so I'm kind of hoping that's the case. Okay, I think that's enough time for everyone to set it up. Quan, you ready for the countdown? Let's hit it. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cancel. We're canceling the over in Hawaii, UCLA. We're going to reset. We're going to run it back. Let me get the next play from the guys. Someone out there still trying to bet Eagles to win the East. We're trying to release a Right Angle Sports college football pick. Okay, I got it. We'll set it up again. 30 seconds. 302, Hawaii UCLA under 68. Let's load it up. Again, UCLA fan. Hopefully it's like a 63-0 game. I'll give him about 20 more seconds. Quan's ready to hit that clock, though. You got to wait a little bit longer, buddy. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to count it down. Go ahead. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cancel. Quan hit the final one a little bit early. It's hard to count down from 10 sometimes when you're trying to produce a show. It's all right. We're going to get the next one correct, but it's a cancel. No wonder. We're going to keep rolling this until they give me the real play. Go ahead and shoot him a message. I have not heard from him yet, so gotta kill some time. Maybe sing you a song. I found out recently this week that Quan actually is a professional karaokeer. He sings Frank Sinatra for a living on the weekends. All right, we'll go ahead and set up the third play. You ready, Quan? All right, 303. I guess we're just going in order. UTEP, New Mexico State, over 56. Let's set it up. We'll give you guys about 30 seconds. We going to get this countdown right this time? All right. I'll give people about 10 more seconds. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. It's a play over UTEP, New Mexico State, over the 56. We'll pull up the screen here and follow along. Hopefully everybody can get down. For those that maybe are hard of reading, it's the 6th game down. Oh, you see some red lighting up. Oh, didn't take long. Okay. Just like that, we got a 57.5 in the market. There were some 55.5s. There's still one showing. I don't think they're going to last very much. But there were 55.5. So 56 or better on the over in UTEP, New Mexico. Man, I was just about to say, Quan, you can leave this up for like another 30 seconds. We'll let people watch. I was about to say, like, New Mexico State didn't play last year. Yeah. Weird COVID season, obviously, for everybody. They also played a spring game in March for fun against Dixie State, which I think they won by about a touchdown. There were over 60 points scored, if I recall. I should have pulled up I'll just do it right now. We got some time. Oh, 36-29. Okay, yeah, so 65 points there against Dixie State. And then on the UTEP side, let's dive into UTEP in just a minute, actually. I do have some thoughts there. I'll pull up my notes on UTEP. Let me ask you first, are you good to give us like 30 seconds as a former collegiate and professional football player? How in the world do you play the sport basically 2 years having not played real games? If you want to count the Dixie State spring scrimmage, go ahead. Like, what's going to happen? They're my lowest rated team entering the season anyway. Like, they're just going to be a disaster. In this case, we're hoping they can at least put up some points. UTEP defense is probably going to be able to allow them to do that. We'll get into UTEP, though, in a second. But any thoughts, Quan, as that former player?
It's you're telling me you haven't played a football game, a regulation football game in 2 years. You're not going to be in game shape. You were probably communication probably is going to be an issue. So defense isn't going to be what it needs to be unless you have athletes on the field. And New Mexico State, I'm assuming, does not have those type of athletes that can just show up 2 years later, no gameplay, and just play. So, I mean, it's going to be communication on offense. You don't have your rhythm. You don't have anything that you're supposed to work on outside of, like, spring football and condition. Like, I think it's just going to be a conditioning thing, too. Like, you haven't played 60 minutes of football in 2 years. That's going to be horrible.
So it actually kind of reminds me, I don't know if this is part of their angle. Again, they don't tell me why they're making a play. They don't even guarantee that we're playing plays basically until real time. I'm being honest about that, being upfront. I don't know why they like this bet. One thought, you remember there were their games. You can leave the screen up. I'll just keep talking over it. It has hit, I think there's a 59 at one shop already, mostly 58s across the board otherwise. New Mexico State, you recall, Cal was a team that hardly got any practice in and didn't play for the first few weeks. Then they just went up against UCLA. And if I recall, it was like 38-0 at one point in that game. They couldn't tackle. Navy BYU was one where Navy had not practiced. They go up against BYU. They just couldn't even tackle defensively. BYU runs it up. BYU ends up being better than people anticipated anyway. So there's partly that, I think. But maybe there's an angle there of a team that just, again, what can you really mimic in practices only? A random spring game back in March. It'll probably be better than not practicing at all, but maybe there's some correlation there. UTEP-wise, though, let me pull up my notes because I'm not going to remember names of their players. But what I do remember is that, as we see, by the way, 58.5s now more across the board, and then the 59 still sitting there. So a good move up. I don't know if this is going to get to 60 or not. We'll see by Saturday. My guess is that it probably settles right around 60. So we'll get maybe 59.5. We'll get about a 4-point move potentially, though, on this total. So UTEP, first time in the last 7 seasons that they posted a positive EPA through the air. They were actually able to pass the ball, throw the ball. It was their most efficient passing season in the last 7. They have 2 receivers, Jacob Cowing and Justin Garrett. They actually graded out both of them top 3 in the entire Conference USA in PFF's receiver grades, whether you want to take PFF as gospel or not. They are doing play-by-play work in the college realm. I thought it was interesting. So they have 2 of the best receivers in the entire conference. And Gavin Harderson, who's the quarterback, he was pretty up and down. What he was up more frequently in was those final 3 games, and they did have some cancellations in October and November. I'm going to go ahead and pull up that schedule and make sure I have the teams right. They averaged 76 points per game their final 3 against Charlotte, UTSA, and North Texas. Like, the offense really, and Hardison took a leap down the stretch. Now, look, New Mexico State isn't in the realm of those 3 teams either, as the offensive side goes, but also this total was only 55.5, 56. So on the UTEP side, who, by the way, the market moved to 10 the last couple of days. UTEP was sitting 8 to 9 for a while. It's kind of correlated then. If you're expecting UTEP to just absolutely go nuts, run it up offensively against a New Mexico State defense that hasn't played real football in a while, makes sense to me. I would be betting under, obviously not now, but I think it's good. Did you get down over there?
No, not this time. I'm looking at the people in the chat. They're talking about third play is the one they're gonna get down on. I think I'm gonna get down on that one too.
Which play?
The next week's play.
Oh, okay. Why people were just like waiting it out?
Yeah.
Then now they see the screen move.
Yeah, and they're talking
3.5,
about
4 points.
Your fakes. Your fakes are better than an Iverson crossover.
Wow, that's the best
high.
compliment I've received
Yeah.
since we started shooting out of this studio. I think we just need to end on that note. It's only like a 12, 15-minute show. We had some fun. We got a play that I think by Saturday, everyone's going to be sitting pretty and pretty happy with. Thank you, Quan. Thanks to the Right Angle guys. Again, every Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock here in California. We'll see you. This is Steam Morning. Talk to you guys next week.